Irina was so bad, and it was terrible. But look, there's been a lot that's happened on Love Is Blind, so we're gonna break down some things. First and foremost, there was a video that Josh posted up, and I want to talk about this because I feel like this ain't for me. This is not a good sign. Okay, this is not a good sign. Okay, um, it's not a good sign for me because I've seen this before, and this doesn't end well because it doesn't promote growth on the party that's required. Okay, so Josh became accountable on behalf of Jackie. Okay, now look, we're going to address the reasons why Jackie didn't come to the reunion. We'll address that in the course of this particular video as well. But I want to first start off by Josh taking account on behalf of his partner at the moment. And when you listen to it, you'll understand what I mean by that. He took accountability, but he almost made it as if he was the one that caused the whole drama to take place. No, sir. You did what you did. You were a little bit of an agent of chaos, but your partner Jackie is the one that said yes to your chaos. She was the one that was in a relationship. So we're gonna talk about it and break it all the way down for you today. Okay, so we're going to talk about it. All right, let's get into this video. If you're new to the channel, do me a massive favor, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate y'all. Okay, don't forget, click on that black bell button to get all the notifications. So if you're not getting notifications, it's because you haven't clicked on the black bell button. That gives you access to all the content that we do as well on this channel. And don't forget, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because streets out there are hot. Let's get into this particular video. Okay, so we're going to talk about Josh and his particular aspects as well. So let's get into what Josh was saying.
Hey, this is Josh. I just want to say that I'm very thankful for the opportunity that Netflix and Love Is Blind gave me to come onto the show. How I was portrayed isn't exactly who I am as a person. Those things did happen, but there's always more to the story. I grew up wrestling, doing judo, done jiu-jitsu. I've traveled the world doing all sorts of combat sports. I've lived in Thailand. I finishing my master's with a 4.0. Never had a speeding ticket, never been in trouble with the law. I say these things because I'm passionate and I'm hardworking. In the pods, I think it all started with Marshall and I. A lot of miscommunication, and I have nothing against him. There's a couple scenes where you see me, I sit back, I chill, I listen to Kwame. Paul and Kwame are talking. I get up, I walk away. In the pods, there's a lot of people telling each other who they're talking to, and that wasn't me. I didn't want anybody to be deterred by who I was talking to, and I wasn't trying to get into any pissing contest with anyone. One night, this was coming to the last days of engagements. I had two girls. One girl told me she was going to break up with her other guy. That didn't happen. And then I was supposed to be with Jackie that night, and she never showed up, and I had no idea why. So then I packed my bags because you can guess, if you don't have any dates, you go home. And that's why I packed my bags. So I was surprised to see her the next day, and I had told her that. And then I told her good things about Marshall, qualities that I don't have and I'm still working on. And then she had told him that, and there was a miscommunication where he thought I was talking crap about him, but I wasn't. I wasn't sneaking around. I wasn't trying to badmouth anybody. Then I overheard him speaking about me, and I'm pretty sure he knew it was me. So I confronted him about it. And you never see Jackie and I breaking up because we didn't. I took a step back. I thought that they had spoken about getting engaged. Marshall had talked about, yeah, we're getting engaged. Now, I'm not sure if he meant it like we're getting engaged or that's the one. But when he was talking to me, he goes like, I told you about her. I think you're going to get your heart broken. So I took a step back and I said, I apologized. I was never able to emotionally open up to Jackie, because that's something that's hard for me, especially in the pods, just like trying to open up to somebody. And when you have somebody else in your ear telling me how great they're doing, what they're talking about, it's a difficult situation unless you've been in it. So then when I went home, I had found out that they hadn't been engaged and that she had actually been upset and torn between the two of us. That was difficult hearing. That was very difficult. But things happen, and I understand. So I went back and I was training for a competition. I'd been cutting weight, a lot of weight, because my diet in the pods wasn't the best. And then I got called and I got asked if I would go to Chelsea's birthday party, which I agreed to. And I went, and I knew the odds were against me. Statistically, anybody that's come up to somebody in Love Is Blind is like, oh, I think we would work out better, da-da-da-da-da. They usually fail 10 out of 10 times. And I would be naive to think I would be any different. But like I said, I'm a very passionate person. And if I believe in something, I'm going to pursue it, even if the odds are against me. Right before I went in there, I had been pre-gaming. And then I had gotten word that Marshall had been talking crap about me, which is obviously true. He said he wanted to scrap me after I had told him that he could be with Jackie, and I apologized if I was stepping on any toes. And that was difficult for me to hear, especially I'm already nervous. I'm going in there. I've never met Jackie, never seen Jackie. And then I get this word of him like speaking like he wants to fight me or something, which, again, I've done a lot of training in my life. I wasn't worried about that situation. It was hard hearing that. And so, as you notice, when I first go in, I have a couple of bad dance moves, but I'm still trying not to focus on what I just heard. I speak to Paul. I say how great Marshall is, but I put his feelings before mine, which, like I said, I had stepped back. And then I see him, and I see his body language. He's staring. He's trying to force his coat on Jackie. And I'm upset because that's when I realize he has been talking crap. And now I'm not very proud of my actions. I'm not proud of how I presented myself. But one thing about me is I wasn't going to sneak behind his back. I wasn't going to sneak behind anybody's back. I told him essentially why I was there, situation, because I didn't want us to end up getting into a fight and then end up both going to jail for no reason. I was childish in how I acted, and I recognize that. If I would have known it would hurt Jackie and Marshall so much, I would have taken a step back, and I would have just not have gone, if I'm being honest. That being said, I am sorry to Marshall and Jackie. I think if anybody wants to be upset with anybody, they should be upset with me. I think hate spreads hate. And as we have seen here, he thought I was talking crap about him. So then he started talking crap about me, and just like, where does it end? And anybody that's like going on the comments, I really don't mind whatever you say on my page. But the reason why you guys are hating is because you saw me do something mean, or you saw somebody else on the cast do something mean, and you think by being mean to them fixes everything, when it doesn't. It just spreads more hate. Hey.
Well, 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 that was interesting to say the least. Interesting. Okay, so let's break down the situation. Okay, let's break down the situation because Josh spoke for probably about 3 or 4 minutes in this video. Uh, he let us know how he felt. He said what he said, and he said his piece. Right, said far more here than he did say on the actual reunion. And I want to be able to break down all the different points that he actually brought up within those last 3 or 4 minutes, because I think it's something that we can talk about. First and foremost, my overall thought of this video was the apology was covering for his partner, so he could take all the heat. But all it actually ever did was make us focus even more on Jackie. If anything, I'm even thinking that, did you get manipulated by Jackie? Is this what she called masculinity? And you thought it would be the masculine thing to come and jump in front of the train and tell us all that it's your fault? Like we haven't got two eyes. Like we haven't got two ears. Like we can't see the screen that we're watching you on. Like we don't know what actually happened in that scenario when we watched you on our screen go from where you went to from Jackie, start talking to her, and then get to Marshall. You want to have me believe that prior to you meeting at Chelsea's party, that was the first day you had spoken to Jackie, and it was like that, and that was what made you guys talk? Hey, if it is, it is. Okay. All right. You want to have me believe that it confirmed for you that when Josh put the coat on Jackie, that's when it confirmed to you that he had been bullshitting and talking about you behind his back. That's how you confirmed that someone was talking about you behind their back and talking smack. But the fact that he put a coat on Jackie, that's how it confirmed it for you. I don't know how that linked, but okay, cool. And then you were ready to fight. I mean, you're trained to fight, but you were nervous about the fight coming your way with somebody who Marshall. Okay. So you diffused it by being all over Marshall, making jokes, and then simultaneously telling him that you're gonna have to talk to his girl. So you were diffusing the situation by telling us that by telling Marshall that it's all love around here, it's all jokes around here, but I'm gonna talk to your girl. That's you diffusing the situation. Okay, fine. You end up going to talk to Jackie, and then suddenly telling her, how you feel and that you've got emotions, and you want to tell her that you felt for her the entire time, and the only reason why you're there is because you let Marshall go ahead and have his time with Jackie because you felt what? Sorry for him, or you felt like he had stronger feelings? What? No, that wasn't mentioned. What? Because you wanted to step back because of his particular feelings, but you didn't actually say why. What? Because you felt he felt stronger than her? You thought you thought he was better for her? What was the reasoning behind you stepping back? No, because remember, you told us you're competitive. You told us you're competitive. You are a competitive person. That's why you said you weren't talking about who you were talking to, because you're competitive, right? So that's why. So I'm confused. What was the reason behind you allow Marshall to go ahead and talk to Jackie? What was the reason why? Okay. So you end up talking to Jackie. Y'all start talking when she got a man. But then you want to come back and tell me, if I had known it was going to hurt Jackie and Marshall like this, I would have never come to the party. You must be taking me for an idiot, right? Yeah, you're taking me for an idiot. You're actually taking me for an idiot. So you're telling me that right now, you're saying, if I had known that I was going to hurt Jackie and Marshall by coming to that party, I would have never come. Are you an idiot? Because obviously, clearly, of course, you coming to the party was not the issue. The fact that you started talking to Jackie, telling Marshall you're going to talk to Jackie no matter what he says, is the issue. Now, listen, I don't even have most of my smoke isn't even for you, Josh. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you weren't in a relationship. Jackie was. At the end of the day, Jackie was in a relationship with Marshall, not you, Josh. You can do whatever you want to do, right? But the reality is, Jackie and Marshall were in a relationship, not you. But what I need you to do, okay, is stop this bullshit. And excuse my French. I need you to stop the bullcrap, because it's bullcrap. At this point, it's rubbish. At this point, it's nonsense, because you come into the party ain't the issue, but you ended up talking to the girl who's got a man and then telling her you have feelings for her is the issue. That's what you need to be apologizing for. Not for you coming to the party. Not you feeling bad if I had known. There's no if I had known, because you knew. Right? You knew. Okay? Right? So you did what you wanted to do. Right? Now, here's my thing. Okay? Okay? This is my thing. You know, just going through some of the points that you made. Okay? Now, you announced to us that, you know, I think it was even at the party, Mr. Still Your Girl. So I don't know where this sudden grace for yourself and sudden, you know, mindset changes happen. When you were on camera telling him you're Mr. Still Your Girl, you felt no way. Okay. All right. You said you didn't want to get into a pissing contest, but it's precisely what you did when you ended up going to the party drunk, telling Marshall you're going to talk to his girl. Right? Yeah. The story about the unpacking my bags and leaving didn't make sense. But let's say it does make sense. So Josh told us saying, oh, I didn't have no more dates. So I packed my bags and I left. I packed my bags ready to leave because if I haven't got anybody, I'm going to have to leave. Okay, let's say you're right. Let's say he's telling the truth. Let's say Josh is telling the truth that, you know what, he realized at that moment, there's no one else who's with me. It looks like Jackie isn't trying to be with me, right? I'm packing my bags and I'm going, right? Jackie finds out that you're going to pack your bags and leave if you don't choose her. Well, you're not the problem then, right? At that point, you're not the problem. At that point, your girl is a problem, right? That means Jackie's a problem because she had no reason to go and tell Marshall that you were going to leave if you didn't have to be with her. Which means you're Jacqueline, and according to her texts, is actually the original clout chaser. If anything, what she did is even more disgusting, because really and truly what she actually did was she played with Marshall, knowing she had no intention to get with Marshall, was only going to go to the altar just to be able to get clout. Do you know how mad that is, bro? No, really deep what you're saying to me, Josh. So if you're telling the truth that you never said that I'm going to leave as a manipulative tactic, then it's not on you. It's on your girl, right? It's on Jacqueline. Because it was Jacqueline that told Marshall. There was no reason for her to tell Marshall. If what you're telling me is correct, that you said you were only going to leave because it got to a point you had no more dates, right? There is no need for Jacqueline to tell Marshall that you are going to leave only because if she doesn't choose you. That means your girl is one that's been manipulative, bro. And do you know what? That would actually work better, because that would align with the text that came out by that friend of Jackie, who's no longer friends with Jackie, by the way. Right? That would fall into alignment with the text that came out that said, oh, by the way, Jackie was letting us know that she was only going to go to the altar just for clout. She weren't really liking Marshall. Right? Now, we all felt some type of way when she told Marshall this, and Marshall went out and told. Now, Marshall's got his own issues. Don't get twisted. We've dealt with Marshall severely on this channel. I have whiplashed him several